Hey, and welcome to another Tim Allen 1337 guide. Today, we're going to be going over how to spend your contribution points for new players with a specific focus on territories that will be available at Xbox release. Yes, this is footage from PC, but the node system works exactly the same. And as the meta changes and more territories are released on Xbox, I'll be sure to post some updates on this too, so stay tuned. So first, and real quick, let's talk about what contribution points are and how to get them. There's two ways to get it. Doing quests and dailies, which will be how you get your first couple of points, but later on that'll slow down considerably and you'll want to start crafting for byproducts, or items you get when you craft with cooking or alchemy. If you're already lost, check out my previous CP video. I go over that in pretty extensive detail, along with how to use and hire workers, so check that out if you have questions about this. Just in case you missed it, the upper left-hand corner has the contribution experience point bar. On Xbox, you'll be able to see it without mousing over it, obviously, but us PC guys have to mouse over it to see how much experience we need or what percentage we are until our next point. So just in case you're wondering where to see it and how close you are to your next level, make sure you check it out up there. Alright, let's focus on what nodes you're going to want to have early on, starting with Velia. Bento Farm and Bartali Farm are both excellent choices. Low CP costs for eggs and potatoes, which are useful throughout the game for cooking for both money and additional CP. You'll also want to check out Coastal Cave over here. That has copper and iron for you to use throughout the game for miscellaneous recipes. You'll notice I'm not running these nodes right now, but I did for years, and when Xbox drops tomorrow, these are going to be some of the first nodes that I hook up. Alright, so let's move down to Serendia. First node I want to take a look at is Alejandro Farm. It's very important. It's the only cooking honey node in the game. Always keep that running no matter what. It has uses throughout different life skill metas of the game, and sometimes when there's a shortage, you can just sell it for profit. The pumpkin on this node is also good for cooking, but you don't need it all the time since it's a very high output node. We move down to Costa Farm here. Very good node to keep. You can grab some extra wheat and flax. Again, wheat or any other grain in the game is good for making beer and to feed your workers, also to grind out the additional CP that you need to increase your worker empire. But flax is good for power leveling your processing, which is important early in the game. Getting to Artisan 4 processing should be a priority for any life skiller, and this will be the quickest item to process to get you there. Make sure you talk to Zyra Lynch at Lynch Farm Runes for the excavation node. Always keep that running. Traces in this game are extremely important. Hoard them. You never know when they'll be in demand. Also, Glish Runes down here at the bottom of the screen is another excavation node you can run off from Glish, so be sure to get that as well. Now, Calculon gets a little more tricky. There's a lot of wood nodes here, and that's what we're going to focus on, but not necessarily for the wood itself, but by the byproducts that come along with putting a worker on that node. You're going to want to make sure that you have bloody tree knots, red tree lumps, spirit leaves, and monk branch coming in. Depending on how much CP you have, just try to prioritize those things as they take a while to stockpile up, and you're going to want to make sure you have that for just an overall well-rounded bank moving forward into the game. There's also sap that you're going to get in some of these nodes, but try not to focus that. That turns into more of a very specific alchemy-focused tutorial, which we're really not trying to do here. Just don't sell it. Try not to get distracted with the tin, lead, or coal nodes. They're nice to have later in the game, but it's really nothing to focus on at this point. Stay focused on those wood nodes and stockpile up those byproducts on those nodes. Another use for connecting nodes is leveling them using energy to increase the rare item drop rate. Early on, and especially if you're trying to prioritize getting a higher level, 50 plus, you're going to want to have these nodes connected and leveled first. Abandoned Monastery, right here. Hex Sanctuary, down there. And then Mancha Forest for the Ogre Rings. The only one of these nodes you'll end up keeping is probably Hex Sanctuary, but it's pretty optional, though it does make connecting expensive Pine Sap and the Dragon nodes much less painful. With all that being said, and the new marketplace being out, I really do recommend you take a lean approach to the nodes that you connect for gathering resources, and make sure you stay focused on cooking or alchemy materials, not just trying to get more wood or metal materials for trading. Leftover CP will be used to place farms down, which is one of the highest returns you can have for your contribution points, especially now that we have a fairly open marketplace. We'll be doing a farming guide soon, but there's a lot of information there and it'll take some time to make. In the meantime, feel free to check out streamers like Blade Bowquest. He has great videos and he talks about it on his stream all the time. The guy loves farming. One last thing, if you really want to make a big push for contribution points early on, feel free to hook up more of the wheat and barley nodes around the Heidel area specifically, and then northern wheat plantation over by Calculon. Just remember, always save some CP for farms. You never want to not have a farm running. So, that about does it for my starter guide. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with the Xbox launch. Check out my stream when Xbox goes live at 3 a.m. Eastern Friday morning. I'll be doing my first ever 24-hour stream. I'm very active with comments and questions, so please subscribe and drop any questions in the comment section below. Have a great day, and I'll see you in game.